Okay, where the fuck is my coffee? Either one of you guys gotta go out yet?
Hey,
Hey,
how are you?
hanging in there.
Me too, girl.
Good afternoon, rock stars. How are you guys?
Good.
Are you?
We're all okay.
Yeah. Is everyone having like a massive freak out here or what?
No.
No. He's like, no. What's going on?
I'll just speak. I've been in a real bad funk
Aw.
for 2 weeks since the whole stupid thing happened. And I just feel like I was on such a roll, and I know it's up to me. I know I just need to decide, but I feel like I need a freaking swift kick in my ass to get me. Like, I haven't been doing Facebook ads. I haven't been doing, not ads, videos. I haven't. So then it's like my husband doesn't have the income coming in anymore. And I know that the recipe was working: be visible, deliver value, make offers. And I had like signed up 6 people, but for some reason I feel like maybe it's the inconsistency thing again, like that just doesn't happen anymore. You know, I've talked about that before where, and I'm like almost like kind of like complacent about it. I'm not like anxiety. I'm just kind of like, well, we've been married 18 years. We've never been on the street before. I know God's going to provide, and every day I write in my journal that I'm going to get out there and do a video. And then another day goes by and I didn't do a video. So, and I have like 500 people in my private group waiting to hear from me. And I feel like, what's wrong with me?
So there you go. What's wrong with me is in the oven. Wow.
Yeah.
You know, what you have in your oven is going to give you the results, and that's it. That's really is the end of that.
But why is it not changing if I'm really doing my mindset work? Like, I'm doing my hour, I'm feeling the joy, I'm trying to visualize the people coming in, and then I'm excited I'm going to do the videos today, and then a whole nother week goes by and I didn't do it. And I also feel pressure, like from my husband, like I'm going to be the breadwinner all of a sudden. I don't want that pressure.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, the two are separate, right? That's a conversation with your husband.
No, and he's not saying that to me. I put that on myself.
Right.
Like, I pull myself up on my bootstraps all the time. It's that 6-year-old girl who just knows how to just make it happen. If it's going to be, it's up to me. And then I almost repulsed by the mental obligation or pressure. So then I don't do anything.
Right. Well, in the end of it, I mean, everyone has an option to go and play or, wash their dishes or do what they have to do in their business. There's certain things that I don't want to deal with either, but if I don't deal with them, there's decisions that if I don't make them, they're not going to get done. And there's some hard conversations that I have to have with people. Some things I have to face that, you know what, I don't necessarily want to, but I do it. So, what's your big why here? Why are you doing all of this? Why in the first place are you having this whole business anyways? Why?
I want to really help people.
Okay.
I really want people to make more money and own their value and charge their worth and work smarter and play harder.
But why?
I don't know. Like, I don't know. I don't want them to struggle. I want them to have freedom. I don't know.
At some point, if your why, if what you're doing, if your why isn't really clear, you're not going to get out of those uncomfortable places and do what you have to do, because you're going to be faced to do that all the time. You know, my why is, and there's a lot of business coaches out there, but you know, I don't want women to stay in shitty jobs and shitty relationships because of fear. And that is why I get up and I take a stand every single day. Some days I don't want to make a fucking video. Some days I don't want to confront somebody. Some days I don't want to have to hold that person accountable. Some days I don't want to freaking do this. But you know, at the end of the day, that's why I do this. The purpose is way bigger than me. And
Yeah.
when I start thinking about that again, man, I got a lot of fire coming out of my fucking face. I just have to think about that why. That, you know, why am I doing this again? You know, the complacency can come from, you know, Nike shoes and fucking Gucci watches and everything else. So what? So I make an extra $10,000 this month. Some people in Africa aren't even eating food. You know, that can be complacency. So, I mean, if you guys have any other, please, you know, this is not just my show here. This is a mastermind. You guys are welcome to jump in and, you know, some advice or feedback for what happens when you get complacent. What do you guys do when you get complacent and you don't feel like, you know, doing it? We just already uncovered that there's a gremlin in there that says, what's wrong with me? I mean, obviously right there, you know, this is the recipe that you guys all learn here.
Seems like it's fear. It's like saying, oh, I don't know if I can do this, so I'm going to go back to just saying I don't care. Or like when you're going to step into a new expansion, it makes sense that the old, oh, do I really want to do this? Or like, yeah, complacency is a mask, it seems to me. It's just like an ego trick to just say, hey, it's like another big boogie monster saying, don't do it. You don't really want to do this. Why would you want to do this? That kind of thing.
Well, I agree with Vanessa, like remembering the why. And it took me a while, honestly, ladies, to figure out that gut level why. Like there was like, oh, there's some whys here, but that gut level, like I no longer want to see women in suffering. Like we've got to annihilate this shit that's keeping these women stuck to where they're not finding their joy or their empowerment or whatever it is for them to get them out and break the chains that's keeping them in suppression and help them to know that they are worthy of being amazing, incredible people. And when I think about that, I just like got to break these chains.
I'm feeling you, girl. I'm getting goosebumps. I'll sign up for your seminar right now. Hi.
I have something to throw at you. Did you just listen to your guys speak? Neither of you still had a why. Your why is because you both came from a point of suffering, right? You both came from this area where you didn't feel like you are starting to feel now, and you don't ever want anybody else to feel that way. You want to show them how to get out of the slumps they're in because this is where you came from. You see what happens when you're in those spirals. But your why is like so much bigger than that. And, you know, you guys have all identified this to me in sessions too. A lot of it has been about your family. You know, you wake up every day and you fucking grind because you want to be able to give them the best life they ever had. I mean, I'm sitting in the Target parking lot right now while my kids are running around with my husband getting a shit ton of snacks so we can go play at Disneyland all day tomorrow. But my why is right there in that store, so that I can get up every single day and give them the kind of life I never had. And I get to help show other people how to do it.
I love that. Yeah.
Just
Are you in
possibility.
California then? Are you stateside now?
I am. Yeah,
Woohoo!
we're in Anaheim right now. We're just in Target getting some stuff. So I said to my husband, I'm like, I'm going to sit in the car while you guys go shopping so I can jump in for a few minutes.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so something to think about, you know, your why. And the last thing I would say about it, Adina, is, you know, disassociate this assumption that you're going to have to carry your family, you know, because right now your husband is without a job. This is not going to happen for the next 10 years. Don't make your mind associate you working in your business and making money with carrying your husband for 10 years. That could be 10 days or 10 weeks, but it won't be 10 years. I mean, that's a block right there. That's a stick in a frickin', in a wheel.
Well, there is a stick block too, because we women like to control things or feel like we have everything under control. And so when something like this happens, that comes from left field, where, you know, your things were like almost so good. Like, it's like, wow, he's got his income, his job. I've got my income, my job. And we're able to buy and do what we wanted, an 11,000 new fence around our property, you know, whatever we wanted, we get. And then it's like the shoe fell, but more than the shoe, it's kind of like this left field, like, what do I do with this now? I wasn't planning on this. And I know for myself, whenever something comes out of left field that I can't control or didn't see, it does always make me shrink back for some reason. Like,
it's normal, you know, and here's the deal.
Bless you.
Thank you. You know, you've been requesting all kinds of things for your life, and you've been making all kinds of intentions for your life. And hey, listen, I wanted all kinds of things for my life, and you know, universe shut down my Facebook account last month. Boom. Too bad. There you go. You want to make profits? Okay, I'll remove a
Wait, again?
No, not again.
Oh.
What I'm just telling you is that was a big, like, oh my God, smack. But it's been great. Our Facebook ads are doing better than ever. We launched all new campaigns. We're getting cheaper applications. We've done other kind of videos. It's been awesome. It's a total blessing. Didn't see that when it first came around. It kind of felt like a slap in my face. So you either have the perception, this is something I'm going to talk about for a little bit right now because it's really big. You are either going to have the perception in life that life is working out for you and that you are a cause for life, or you are going to be a victim. And that is it. You are pregnant or you are not. There's no one or the other. Yeah, there's no one or the other. You're either a victim, and I've actually had a real experience with that in my 8-week program here in the last 48 hours. Holy good Jesus, man. And people, you know, that mentality, actually grasping and trying to pull other people down with them into that level, really, really desperation. Okay. I could tell you a story about it. And so this is—
Go ahead. It'll make me feel better.
Does everybody want to hear this story, or is this just a waste of time? And I don't need to tell it. You know, Adina, I can tell it to you privately later. This is really, if this is going to be of service for all of you guys, great.
I really want to know what the end result was. Please do.
Well, I'm going to share the story, and then I'm going to open this up for anybody. And it's not just a conversation between Adina and I and Caitlin. It's a conversation with everybody.
Yes, I want to hear it.
And I'll give you my why later.
Mary, you too, Sherry, you know, Jenny. This is a conversation with all of us. So 2 days ago, we had 3 people request a refund for our 8-week boot camp all at once. Bang, 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 bang. 3 people. And that kind of set my freaking alert. Like, what the hell just happened? What's going on? You know, got on the phone with this one actually this morning, and it came to her conclusion that she, you know, she's halfway through a program, didn't make the money she expected. She's having a hard time with Facebook ads. She makes a decision that, you know what, I'm going to go back and do real estate. Fuck it. I'm not going to lean in. I'm going to fucking lean out. And she told me, she goes, I made a mistake. You know what? It's not for me. I want my money back. Okay, wow. Well, you know what? We don't do that here. This is not a whiners and complainers women's empowerment program. And for you to just barrel on and say, I made a mistake and I'm going to pay for it, that doesn't work for me. It's not what we do here. And I mean, I'm having a conversation with her, and I found out, oh, you had also been speaking to these other women who are asking for a refund. Wow, how interesting. So does that mean they're asking for a refund so they can go and invest with you because you're such a desperate person who's in so much need of money that you're going behind my back now and turning clients that I've had a conversation with in the last 48 hours into these raving fucking lunatics who think I prey on spiritual people? Wow, man. Wow. And I mean, I was blown out of my fucking socks, man. Rockered. And I thought, how can this happen? And what's really happening here? I actually, had a conversation, quickly yesterday with Caitlin. What is really going on here? And what came out, and this is exactly what happened, is there are people in life who are eternal victims. Doesn't matter. That's it.
Eternal victims.
They don't want to take personal responsibility for their life. Okay? They don't want to take personal responsibility for the decision. Oh, I made a bad decision. Give me my money back. If you go to the frickin' grocery store and you eat half a pint of ice cream, come back and say, you know what? I didn't like it, but I ate half it. Give my money back. Or you ate 3/4 of it. I mean, I think they have policies around a grocery store, but most people would say, get the fuck out of here. If you drove a car, okay, for like 2 years out of a 4-year lease, and then you brought it back and said, you know what, I changed my mind, I don't like it. They say, okay, great, let's put you in another car. But you lose value on that car, and that's just a consequence of life. So you have people who are eternally going to, I don't know, ratchet and fight and bite and scratch and hang on to that fucking limitation and their fucking perception of the world, and you get to keep it. Or you're going to be responsible. And there is a dividing line in the sand. And that is it. Because the moment you relinquish control over your life, and I mean, not to your higher power, but, oh my God, I'm hopeless, it's hopeless, oh my God, it's terrible, it's hopeless, my life is over. You're fucking right, it is. You believe you can or you can't, and you are right. And the beginning of you getting out of that is making the decision, I'm gonna take my power back. If it's meant to be, it's up to me, I'm gonna make a change, I'm gonna do something here. And then you start pulling in pieces, wisdom, that nugget, this person, this book, this mentor, oh wow, there it is.
Ask me about it.
I'm asking you about it, Sherry.
Okay, well, you knew I had gremlins just flying in on the weekend, right?
Okay.
And I actually even talked to Adina. Well, on Facebook Live, everybody's seen it.
Which I loved, by the way. Thank you.
Oh, by the way, my house is going to be Church Street paint color.
I love it.
Which was too hilarious. And I found that out after I talked to Adina and said, your husband's a minister.
Get off.
He can go and why not do a virtual ministry? But that was me that was a thought that came on the road after 2 Facebook Lives. But a fear of charging, major. I can work for free for anybody. It's that charging gremlin. It's wild. But I could have sat, and I'm not tooting my horn, just what happened. I could have sat back and say, what am I spending all this money for? This is stupid. But would I have been happy going back into my comfort zone and always knowing I could have grabbed the ring and didn't? Right? And if you've ever experienced this, the feeling you have when you're full of joy and something's really exciting, you're kind of nervous and your stomach's upset. Well, that same feeling is the feeling when you have to do something you really don't want to and you want to puke. It's the same feeling. You just got to do it, right?
It's pushing past the fear. It's not letting the fear wrestle you and win the game. It's pushing past. Yes.
So I reached out to you guys. You reached back to me, and I'm thinking, oh my God, these people are on vacation. But you still reached back to me. You probably thought, oh my God, she's off her rocker. I did 4 Facebook Lives Saturday, 4 Facebook Lives Sunday. I don't know, 1 or 2 today. It's just wild. And by the way, the weekly focus group does not have enough lines on it because as of today, I've got it full. And that's only today. It's when things start getting in alignment, all of a sudden the floodgates open. So you got to believe that.
Yeah.
So
And
am I rambling?
You're rambling, but
Great.
you know, it sounds to me like you pushed past. And what happened with the charging gremlin? What happened? Did you give this the last time?
Okay.
You gave somebody
So
a quote?
there's a lady in a group that I'm in that was teaching me animal communications, right? The head of the group. And I've actually paid for services for her, for a horse I had. Okay, no problem. Her dog's sick. This is just her story, right? And so I said, well, you know, like maybe you should try this, because this woman can do all this healing stuff. She can't heal her dog, right? Who's maybe turned diabetic. I said, well, why don't we try this program I'm working on and see if we can balance her. I left it there, right? She didn't get back till this morning, and she sent me the information I need to work on the dog, and I sent her the rates. Now the ball's back in her court, but I know she's been busy all day. Okay, that was wild, but I'm like, okay, I put it out there. If it's meant to be, it will. But the wild thing of that on the Facebook group I was in is this lady out of the blue contacted me. Do I know her? No. She sent me all the information. That's what started the panic, because I'm like, oh my God, I got to get this figured out now. So then she sent me all the information. I hired a business manager in a roundabout way, and now she's got the information. So she pays me, I'll work with her. My business manager reminded me, who actually happens to be a sister-in-law, but she reminded me what my worth is. I know it. It's just sometimes we don't think we're worth it. You know?
And that's all, you know, the owning your values exercise is a really great audio and an exercise to do over and over again. You know, on our sales team, we repeat the same things over and over, almost on every call 3 times a week. They've heard it over and over. And then all of a sudden, one day it fucking clicks. And you know what? The next day they forget it.
The wild thing is,
repeat over and over and over. That's the repetition is how you impregnate your subconscious mind. That's really what it is.
you had suggested that on Saturday. I couldn't get that link to work on my iPad. I couldn't get to it. And I'm like, okay, so I'll go listen to the money hypnosis that Caitlin suggested. So I went to bed all Saturday night listening to that, and Sunday night listening to that. So like Saturday night I listened, Sunday morning, bang, she sent me more information. And this morning my goal is I'm going to have 5 offers out there. I've even offered the Miracle Morning Man, Hell, our Pell. You can smile on that, Vanessa, because he said he has this problem. I said, well, I thought it doesn't hurt to email him. It may never go anywhere, but what if it does?
Hal Elrod's a good friend of mine. Yeah, he wrote the Miracle Morning. Good friend of mine. Cool guy.
Yeah.
So I'm
Very
happy
cool.
that you're following that intuition and following that voice, you know, and sales conversations, just so you know, I'm a fan of getting on the phone with people.
Yeah, I haven't got to that point yet. I got to get the contact with them, but I'm still communicating with them.
Good. And you know what?
So
my challenge for you, Sherry, and I love that you're pushing past this fear. My challenge for you is to, from now, when they say, you know what, I'm having this problem. Hey, I might be able to help you. Let's get on a phone. Let's get on a call. It's a free call. Here's the link. Give them the link to your calendar. Okay. And then from there, if they book a call, you say, hey, just fill this in preparation for your call email. And then they're prepared to have a sales conversation with you.
Yeah. Yeah. And I did, in a roundabout way, go what you suggested on dollar-wise.
Well, I'm so happy. I'm so happy for you that you put it out there. And, you know, I've been having a lot of conversations with people. I had a conversation with somebody's affiliate marketing manager the other day. You know, she wants to launch this webinar and sell $2,000 programs. I said, can I give you my honesty here? Can I just tell you some of the truth? Okay. So I wouldn't do that if I were you. Selling a $2,000 program off a webinar is nearly impossible. It's not what happens in today's marketplace. It's just not. People, anything over $500 and even for $500 on a webinar sale, you better have all your shit together. And I mean a whole marketing roster to throw out there. It happens in a conversation. It happens in conversation. People have individual concerns and you know, that needs to be addressed in a phone conversation. That does. So
Like in your group,
yeah.
it's like, okay, we've got the program.
Yep.
Okay. But you can get a program anywhere. Like, not this program, but you know what I mean? What keeps you going is showing up. A little word from Nazim, a little boot in the butt from Annie, or saying, I will tell you when you can feel guilty. And I go, because I can handle Annie. And I'm like, okay, she makes me feel good. Some days Vanessa scares the shit out of me because she speaks right to my soul. And I don't say those words. But, you know, it's like, I can take Annie, but Vanessa, some days it's like, I'm scared I haven't got my shit done.
Listen,
But
I'm very direct. You know, I'm very, and I hope I don't scare the pants off you guys. I hope my direct doesn't scare the pants off you guys. It's not that I want to be scary. It's just that I feel like I don't have time to waste time. So I'm just going to say it as clearly and as cleanly and as directly as I can. Because in my mind and in the last 8-10 years experience, when people have clarity, they make, you know, they act differently and then they get a different result. That's really all it is. You get clear on what to do and you do it, and then you get a different result.
And you feel good about it, so you want to share it.
Mm-hmm. That
was my issue. I didn't have the integrity, I didn't think my program was where I needed it to be. And so other things released and came down the pike. And now I feel it's where it needs to be. I knew there was more to it, but I couldn't find that peace. You know what I mean?
What you're saying. So you're telling it with a story, but you're saying that you actually, the fact that you're now, you know, talking to people and making offers to people is the reflection of you feeling much better about your program.
I already set up a thing in my Facebook group, and I'm just babbling, to do visibility. I said, if you want to learn more about being visibility, put yes.
Really?
And I'm actually part of a Facebook Live group, and I'll learn something. And she's a friend of mine. And if I can help her, great. And I can't say I know everything, because I certainly don't, do I, Vanessa? But
I don't know everything. You don't have to know everything. You don't have to be Tony Robbins. You just have to be really good in you. And that's it. That's all.
He don't know everything either.
No. There's a lot more I could learn about different social media sites. But on this topic, I'm pretty well educated, you know, on helping spiritual women, you know, get themselves together and get over their gremlins and get out there. I've gone very deep on that one. Instagram, a lot I could learn there, you know. LinkedIn, I don't know.
I can't tell you LinkedIn, but Instagram, Twitter, they just got posts today on a Facebook Live grouping share thing. Not me doing the Facebook Live, but it's linking names.
Yes.
So building your communities.
I love that you're making offers like this. What about you, Mary? Tell us a little bit of what's going on with you.
Oh God. How can I put it in 2 minutes or less? I don't know.
Doesn't have to be 2 minutes or less.
I want it to be 2 minutes or less. Just clarity. You know, after I got that message from you over the weekend or whatever the hell it was, I don't know what I'm doing, where I'm going. I'm like totally, I don't know.
Okay, well,
I don't do anything actually, but I am, because I'm not, no matter what pushes me down, I always keep up. I always fucking post.
Yes, you do, girl. I love you.
Fucking stop.
Yes.
Ever. I don't care. I keep down for a little while, but I always keep. I posted shit for the pet sitting anyways, even though I don't fucking want to do it. Absolutely, you know, and I know sometimes I could be stubborn, but I think I've been doing pet sitting for 17 years. And the thought of anything to do with pets, it just rattles and I know what you're saying, Vanessa, it rattles my cage. I love animals so much, but driving to them for the last 5 years has been horrible. The drive back and forth and back and forth and back has been so, I mean, I'm so angry when I drive all the time. That's what it's been like for 5 years. So the animals, I lost the translation of taking care. I get there and I go, oh my God, I love the animals, but it's going to them that has turned me off because of all the construction that's going on around. Everywhere I go, there's construction. I mean, it's like, I can't. Anyways, I posted about pet sitting. I didn't get much of a bite on that. You know, I always put on meditation.
Can I ask you a question here?
Yeah.
I'm curious about this, you know, because what would happen if you made $10,000, $20,000, $50,000, $100,000 a month teaching people who were really excited about having a pet sitting business, who have not had the, I don't know, 25, 15, 5 years experience like you have of driving in traffic and being upset. Let's just remove that. They're like 21 years old or they're 41 years old and they're like, wow, you know what, I'm just leaving my corporate job and I'd love a nice, simple, easy walk in the park to make like 1,000 or 2 because I've already got another, you know, income from ex-husband there. Wow, this sounds really great. So, you know, I'm trying to invite you to separate, you know, your, I don't know how many years of frustration about driving to, you know, not projecting on somebody who could really, this could be great. Again, I'm not attached to that, but my question for you is, like, how would that feel if you were teaching people how to run a business like that? Not the actual doing of the business, Mary. Not driving to people's houses, pet sitting their pet.
No, I know. I tried to wrap my head around that. It's really hard for me to get in one direction like I have been with this breakthrough thing and then put everything into it and then completely turn around and go to another direction. What do I do with my group? I'm already trying to figure that out. Okay, fuck the breakthrough group. How do I convert to the pet sitting? What can I, and it's just fucking not happening. What do I do with 500 people in my group that I paid out my ass for to get them in my fucking group? And what do I do with these people?
What's your group, Mary? What's the name?
Breakthrough to Self-Love. So, I almost have 500 members that I work every day, and I got this conversation going with them, and I got some stuff going on with them. I don't know how to get my mind out from there. What, you know, I already tried posting.
Here's what so I hear your frustration, and I just went to a weekend event, you know, with Jean Houston, who talked about, you know, the evolution of our species being adaptability. And so practically, what does that mean? It means that things are changing and consciousness is jumping so fast. You're being all bombarded with so much information so fast, okay? And I'm not saying, hey, Mary, you have to turn your sail like this. That's not what I'm saying. I said, hey, this is a thought. We're all talking about, hey, intuitive hits. Here's a thought for you. Have you tried this on? You could say, you know what? I don't want to try that. Okay, great. Then, you know, continue what you're doing with your group of 500 people. You don't have to pick only one lane. What I've realized and experienced after 8 years of doing this with women is that usually right behind the door, you know, where you're really afraid to go through, or that where there's a lot of energy around something, you know, right behind that door is everything.
Oh, yes, 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 yes.
So you know, as part of this is, you know, as you guys are finding your way in your direction, is just to kind of, oh, let me open this door. Anybody there? No. Okay. I'm gonna go back over here. Oh, actually, it wasn't this door, Vanessa. It was 2 to the left.
No, that's why I went to the group and said, well, maybe I could see who on here has pets. And then came at that direction, and I just posted something, hey, what's your pet, what pet do you have? I wanted to see what kind of information came in. And I did get a lot of hits on it. So I posted, hey, does anybody here want to learn how to make, and I think I got 2 bites, but they weren't bites at all. So I did try it, and nothing came from it. I posted it on Facebook, my personal page, and I have a business page for the pet sitting as well. So I posted it on there as well, the same thing. And my personal page, I have like 1,000 people from, I know a lot of people in the area. I posted it on there too, but I didn't get any. No, I think one in it was somebody that's always biting on anything that comes down the way. She's
So now you can close that door.
Okay, I did. I always, even though I don't want to hear it, I always go, well, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I always go, well, let me try it. And I do try it. And nothing came from that.
So now you can close the door. The next piece that was really, had a lot of energy around it, Mary, was doing this imagination work. That was something.
I did a video this morning because I was a little bit, I did some Neville Goddard. I studied him a little bit. I always study him and listen to stuff at night. And then I get up in the morning and my intuition was running going, oh, what if you posted about, I always get lots of information in the morning from journaling. And it said, put a bunch of videos up about you imagining what your best friend, she had a lump in her breast. And I said, and she had breast cancer. I said to her, I'm not going to pray with you. I'm going to imagine you calling me up, just like Neville Goddard says, and shaking your hands and saying, mirror, mirror, mirror. It's benign. It's benign. And she did. And this is what's the same thing with my sister. She was looking for a job, 2 jobs. And I go, you got to go to Hawaii. Screw that. I ain't praying for you. You're going to Hawaii. So I said to her, I'm going to imagine you in Hawaii and I'm coming to visit you. So that's how he has you use your mind creatively. And she's going to Hawaii next week.
So here you are. You're
actually moving
up. Your energy is on. So this is a great direction for you.
I just got the chills on my arms. Okay, I got confirmation. My hair's standing on end. Okay. But that's what I got this morning. So I posted a video this morning, and that lady that you heard the phone call, she was right on there with me. The one that you said has a lot of gremlins. And I just talked to her. And I just said to her, and I just worked with her, even though I'm not getting paid for it. I just worked with her. I said, I'm going to imagine that you are, and I went into what she was specifically looking for. And I said, here's your end game, as I call it. I like to call it an event that says you're a success. What does it look like? What does it feel like? I'm going to imagine that for several days in a row. And I want you to tell me what happens with that. So that's what I did. So we'll see what happens. I had a lot of fun with her. So she was right up. She always follows me all the time.
She's not lost yet.
No, she's not. And because she's got I really felt, when I did the caller, I felt something with her, and I felt something, a connection with this poor lady.
I would continue down that avenue, Mary. And in terms of clarity, start thinking about, how can you now package that into a service? 90-day program where you work on people maybe to help them, materialize, manifest, activate miracles, whatever it is. A healing miracle, because you have two results now that you can talk about.
Actually, there's another one too. A cat got returned to the client. I just did the same thing. Yeah. I just used my imagination. I forgot. Yeah.
And I think I shared with everybody on a Monday call here last week that 7-step process. Has anybody been doing that?
Yeah, I haven't been doing it.
Okay, so start doing it with this in mind.
I will. Here it is.
Jenny said, you're awesome, Mary.
Huh?
I said, you're awesome, Mary.
Oh, you're sweet.
7-step process of what?
You made a post about freaking the dog collar and everyone was freaking laughing. I was chuckling. That was funny.
I know. Did you see I have a sick sense of humor, so I like to put that out there.
It's not just a sick sense of humor. It's actually you wrote in a way that was very visually, that I could very easily visualize.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's what I wanted to do. I have the meetup group tomorrow night. I think one lady, she's going to show up, so I'm going to do it local too.
Tying into this imagination piece, I would go and explore that. Who asked? Was it Tammy that you asked about the 7-step process?
Yeah.
Were you there last Monday? You were there. You took notes on this. The Mythbuster.
Yeah, you were on there. It's right here.
Mythbuster.
Philosophy, the stories, the 7-step thing with the Facebook page, the questions and the context, the case study, the personal picture, and the offer.
Jenny said she just started today. What happened with you, Jenny? Have you shared any of this?
Yeah, I'm excited about it. What happened? Sorry, I was just finishing dinner, so now I'm here. Husband came home, kids are needing to eat. I was listening like on my earphones. You know, it's so funny because on Friday, I was like, I'm going to start Friday. And I typed the post and it evaporated into I don't know where. So I was like, oh, well, I don't have time to write it again. And then I dropped it. And then today I was like, today is the day. And I got really inspired. I found a picture of this woman up close with like mud all over her face. And I was like, and I said, living your soul's divine purpose is messy work.
I saw that. That was
And the myth is, oh, I'm going to find my purpose and it's all going to be great.
That's awesome.
So I had fun. So I'll have to, tomorrow I think I'll do can you mix like post and video? Because I thought I might do a video tomorrow. Or should I keep it?
No, you can, it's just a framework. If you wanted to write it out, you could write it out. If you wanted to make it in the video, you could, share a mythbuster or story or philosophy in the video. Both work.
And I posted it on my page, in my group, on my personal, and I emailed it to my list.
And what's the response been?
Oh, I've been getting comments. I haven't checked in a couple hours, but yeah, for sure. And I just feel good about it. It's like, yeah, it just felt like I said it much in the way, like once I saw that photo, I went on to get a photo and I saw it and I was like, perfect. And then I came up with that heading. So it just felt,
where did you find the photo?
I'm excited to do the steps. What's that?
Where did you find the photo? Is it Canva?
Adobe Spark.
Oh, okay.
I use that one a lot. I use Canva too, but I found Adobe Spark was a little more basic for me, a little easier. It's all free, same thing. And they have a lot of free photos. I know Canva charges for a lot of theirs now.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, they do. And I never pay them. I always use the free version. But congratulations on using that system. And Mary, I'm going to invite you, start thinking about what myths people can buy into, that they have to work really hard in order to get what they want, or that it's out of reality to expect miracles, or that, these are all myths that people buy into.
Yeah.
But the truth,
One of the myths I think of is like that you can use your imagination to actually change something. And Mary, when you start talking, I mean, maybe I'm just like easily sold on stuff, but it's like, when you guys talk, it's like, man, I want to like call Mary and have a session with you, because you get so excited. And I don't know if those 3 situations, have you shared a separate video about those?
I did one today, and that lady came on, and I actually ended up talking a little bit about it, but something told me to do, actually there's 4 of them, 4 situations like that. And I was going to do them all today, but I didn't have time. So I'm going to do 1 a day. Yeah. I'm just.
That whole roster, right? Every day you have a different one. And one of them is the case study. So yeah, if you want, you can shoot them all in one day, but I would leak them out at different times.
Yeah. Milk it out for sure.
Adina, I did another one too with my group, about my group, imagining all the healing coming into my group, because I used to have a vision about, I used to lay hands on people years ago, and then it freaked me out, so I stopped. So I did imagination last night. I did the same thing. I just pictured my group getting healed, period, end of subject, all the white light and healing going on. And I got like 15 more members. I mean, like 30 members in the last 2 days. It's just incredible.
That's awesome.
So the imagination is a powerful thing.
Well,
yeah.
Imagination is creating your reality. Neville Goddard talks about this. And this weekend with Jean Houston, she made us go back. This woman has met everybody. Her husband was friends with Elvis.
Really?
And Yoko Ono, and what's his name there? The freaking Beatle dude.
John Lennon?
John Lennon. She's worked with Bill and Hillary Clinton, Bob and Hillary Clinton. She's worked with, she met Helen Keller, and she met Einstein.
Wow.
Woman's 80 years old. Okay. She's incredible, and she's really big on quantum physics, and actually
I love quantum physics.
Athletes in the world.
Yeah.
And her whole work is on, using your imagination. I was like, okay, I already got that message, but we had some time to practically apply. And what we did is we went back in time to a time when something was really, we got interrupted. We got a bad situation, you know, and she said, don't take something that was really like atrocious, but something that was like, you know, when the teacher would be like, oh, that sucks, you know, in your artwork, and you would be like, you know, it crumbled your creativity, like pick a time like this. And so I picked a time actually when my dad said, you know what, I'm going to leave your mom one day. I'm just going to disappear. I can't take it anymore. And I got all upset. And I replayed it to the point where he was, oh my God, you know, your mom and I are freaking just so in love. I'm going to invite her. I'm going to ask her to marry me again. And, you know, we're going to renew our vows. And what do you think about this wedding ring? Do you think she'll like it? And he was all excited. And I freaking hugged him. I was like, oh, Dad, she's going to just love it so much. And how she said that event and we redid it. It was like a 15-minute process and acting out the moves and then putting it to music, a different song, and rewind,
Wow.
rewind, play, for 15 and then go out and do the action. I was hugging my dad. Oh my God, go back again, until your subconscious actually takes that as the event. And she goes, watch how it reorganizes your entire life, even to now affect your now present, because time is now, in the past, in the future. It's all happening now. What we change now, even if it was an event in the past,
It changes the future.
yeah.
That's amazing.
Who
Who is this lady? What's her name?
Her name is Jean Houston. She's written 35 books. I didn't really know about who she was.
I thought I heard of her, yeah.
She goes around the world and learns from different cultures, and she talks about accessing human potential. Her good friends are Deepak Chopra. She's the most interesting woman. She is a performer, what she is. Her father used to write the comedy for the Bob Hope show and this and that and everything else. Anyways, wonderful. When she looks like she's in her 60s, and they're doing studies on her DNA because she's 40 years younger than her actual age.
Because her mom is having her imagination. Yeah.
Wow.
So
What's her first name?
Jean Houston.
Is it J or G?
J like jeans.
There was that crazy story about the guy, the Think and Grow Rich, that some cult started and they got this baby and they were going to make it the baby that never got old, and it was like Baby Gene or something.
Oh, well, listen.
Off of the Think and Grow Rich, his stuff. Some group formed and they just loved his stuff and they were like, we can make this baby, but I swear the baby's name was Jean.
Maybe it's her. It's kind of wild, you know, to play around with this stuff. Anyways, I'm always interested in investigating this. Tammy, what's happening with you in your world over there?
Oh, unexpected income coming in, not necessarily in my business, but in my business, but as general, $16,000 we didn't know showed up in our bank account.
Yay!
Yeah. So that was pretty. My husband Tim's like, can you check this and make sure it's really in there? I'm like, were you expecting this? And he's like, no. And it's from the government, a subsidy that was paid out for farmers. So
yeah, one dance. Totally
stoked about that. So land payments, ease and grace, being paid. There's been a lot happening internally with me, and got a download to do a joy jam. So I'm doing an 8-day, I'm just listening and I'm doing it, and it's creating more buzz about me. And starting tomorrow night for 8 days in a row, I'm talking about joy live on Facebook. And even though I've never created an event that I put out there like that, I'm just doing it and I'm letting go of any thoughts that come up saying, but did you do that right? Or did you really know how to do that? Or, well, did you do that event right? I'm just letting it go. And I'm showing up tomorrow night at 8:00, and because for me, ladies, whenever I get around finances or money, I remember what I was told years ago I do believe by God, by divine source. Just bring the joy, Tammy. It all happens. Everything will be okay. Just bring the joy. Everything's okay. Just bring the joy. Everything is okay. And I was really in this, working through that this weekend of no clients, because I'm putting the posts out there. I'm making the offers. I'm learning more about engagement, and nobody's saying I want to call. And it's like, so I've been like, so I just like, okay, what am I supposed to do next? And I keep hearing people need to know more about you. And actually last Thursday when I was talking to Nazim, he made a comment about, well, how many videos are you doing, Tammy? Well, you know that you need to do videos more, because they're not just going to say, yes, I want to work with you because of what you post.
That's right. You've got to be visible, deliver value, and make offers.
So then, I don't know if within 24 hours, I'm like, okay, what am I to do? A joy jam. I'm like, a joy jam. Like, it was either joy jig or joy jam. I'm like, joy jam? Like, we're all jamming together in joy? Yeah. Like, oh, fuck. That's so sweet and cool. I'm like, and it was 8, and I kept hearing 8. I'm like, okay. So I'm starting tomorrow, which is 1 and 7 is 8, because it's the 17th. And I'm also preparing for my live interview next week on TV, which is next week, Tuesday. And then on Thursday, I had somebody reach out to me that we had the time confirmed of when I'm doing a presentation in front of people. And I'm going to do an 8-week program. I got that too. Just offer an 8-week program so people can just get into joy and be in joy before the holidays, through the holidays, and they're going to end their year in joy and start off the new year that way. And I'm just getting out of my way of thinking, well, it's got to be like this because this is what I learned from Vanessa. It's got to be like this. But I realized that was me, instead of allowing more and listening more. Like, and I'm like an odd, like my favorite number is 21. I'm more odd. I have 5 kids. We have a family of 7. I've always been odd, like the odd number. My youngest daughter is even. Like, she's like fanatic about everything's got to be even. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I got 8. It's an even number, like 8. So I'm listening. I'm going with it. I'm taking inspired action.
That's it.
And I'm allowing it to go where it's going to go. The 8th day is free, come on. But I'm going to say something about an 8-week program. And just
make your offers. Don't tell them how much it is, but obviously make your offers. And that's it. When you follow your intuition, your higher power is going to, your higher power is going to give you that, intuition, that next little hit. And that's how I grew my entire business. I just keep, okay, this is what I feel like is the next step. How am I going to do that? I don't know. Oh, I see somebody's Facebook ad. Oh, I see this. Oh, this person just, I don't know, messages me from out of the freaking blue. Or, I get an email or somebody's email. Oh, there's a good idea. I'll launch that to this, It really is just that. And I hope that you guys don't feel really, I've done almost everything there is to do in this industry. Written books, done the Facebook ads and the webinars. You got me a nice little soda water.
Well, and I did what you've done, Vanessa. I gave my book away. I had last week, Friday, I said, everybody that brings 5 people into the group, you'll go into a drawing to win my book. And I just did that. I gave it away right before this call.
I love it.
That's a great idea.
Here's another great idea on the topic of that. And I saw somebody doing this. I saw one of somebody I know from Montreal doing this. And basically right now I have a box. Okay. This is my office here. This is my big complicated office. You see this big box here? I put my computer on it because I have a laptop. Okay. That box, I would do a live stream and say, hey, listen, I'm going to give away some prizes today. And I have my book. And I have a 5-minute journal, and I have this really cool coffee cup, Soul Sister Mastermind coffee cup. And I have this Soul Sister Mastermind t-shirt, tank top, and I have one of these mermaid hats and whatever fun things, you know, whatever you got. I got this chew toy for a little dog over here. I got this love magnet. I got this crystal. Okay, Sherry, I got, the skincare cream, maybe, Adina, whatever it is. Okay, I got all these cool goodies, and I'm going to be pulling names and giving them away. I'll mail them to you here on this live stream. But here's what you got to do. In order to enter, you have to share this video on your wall and let me know, just type in the name, shared. So then, I can put your name if there's a lot of people, because you're going to get all of a sudden, you're going to get shared 30, 40 times, 16, 17 times. Sometimes you can't even, and then somebody says shared, you say, oh, thank you, Leslie. Here, I'm taking Leslie. And you write down Leslie. There you go, Leslie. Okay, who's next? Okay, and then, so you get a whole bunch of people in here and says, tune back in next week, I'll do it again. And I said, I'm going to try this, and it cost me about $100, $200. I ended up mailing out all these books and all these things. I did 7 or 8 prizes. You don't have to do that much. Okay. But I did. It could be maybe something, well, this is physical stuff. And we did, it worked. We got one client out of it. Is it worth it? If the client's going to pay you $5,000 or $6,000 or $7,000, you're damn right it's worth it.
Yeah.
So great that you follow that intuition. That's also, all of this stuff works, guys. And I hope that you find your intuition to what you feel is going to serve you best, what you want to do. I know, Jenny, you're doing a telesummit of some kind, right? But congratulations, Tammy. Good things happening here. I'm super stoked that you're leaning in and listening to and taking action. That's really where it's at. And now you have a book to give away. Amazing. Jenny, do you want to share something or an idea or something you're working on?
Yeah. So I have a call with a client on Thursday. I'm really excited. Or a sales call. Yeah. She's been following me. I got to work with you and whatever. So we have our call on Thursday. So she's in the UK. So that's cool. So I'm excited about that. And yeah, the Love Summit, that's all intuitively guided. I'm trusting that it will give me visibility and bring people in, but it's not a tactic for that. It's just after the election in the US last year, I was like, oh, we need love. We need the voice for love. So I got to do a Love Summit. And I was like, oh my God. I was so the energy. I was driving to my friends like, we have to do this. And then we're going to have live ones too, where everybody comes for a weekend and they're pumped up in love and what they can do in the world. And so, but it was more than I knew what to do. But then I got your program and learned about my message. And then I got my radio show and I know how to be on the radio and how to do that and how to host. And so now it's time. So I was tuning in and they're like, the Love Summit. Oh, all right, November 22nd. And I got 4 speakers and meeting with Annie to get my checklist of to-dos. And so it'll be online, the first one. And I already know that the people that are coming are the people who are speaking. It's a soul contract. It's we're supposed to get together, the energy of everyone who's going to be there. And I get the sense that it's going to ripple out. And I don't know. Again, I know that it's going to bring good things. It's going to bring visibility. It's going to bring recognition. It's going to catch on, or someone's going to say, hey, let's do another one. Or I just know that it's a stepping stone. So yeah, and I had to get really brave. We were talking about stepping through, right? Oh my gosh. Because I was like, yes, I'm going to do it. And then the next day I'm like, the overwhelm of what does that mean? I have to do this, and I actually have to show up and host it, and I can like write all the.
And then you grow as a person, and then
Right.
you grow as your confidence grows in the doing. Just like your book now, she's gonna next week you're gonna be on TV. You know, you're gonna walk through that gate of there's the gate of the first video. Oh, there's the gate of the first client.
All the gates.
Yeah.
So this is another big leap, and I know I can do it, and the nerves are okay, and I'm chunking it into little chunks, and one of the big things was just asking. Because I asked the founders of my counseling school, and I had asked them a year ago, and they were like, yeah, we're in. But there was this, oh my gosh, will they really do it? And they were jumping for joy to do it. And then there was another couple that just wrote a book in the UK that I know through my counseling program that I graduated from. And I was so nervous to ask. But I cleared whatever, and I asked, and they're so excited to do it.
I love this, and it's bringing up an idea, and I wonder if you guys want to do this, because I'm seeing some typing going on about imagining, and this is bringing up something.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Maybe we can all do this here, okay? We went around the room, there was 35 people, and this came from the book, Lynn McTaggart, The Intention Experiment.
I read that. That's a good book.
Yes, she has another one called The Power of 8 now.
The Power of 8? There's your number, Tammy.
Yeah, it's her new book called The Power of 8 by Lynn McTaggart. And basically, she's done so many studies with hundreds and hundreds of people who meditate in a certain city and the crime rate goes down. Or who visualize, a certain event. So what we did at our this evolutionary council event, everybody, one person stood up and said, I am I'm so happy and grateful now that this is happening and this is happening, and everyone would close their eyes and imagine the person having that end game goal that you said, Mary. Okay.
It's so real.
Okay, so let's do it. Why don't we each? And this is part of. Look at Jenny's like.
No, it's fun because you can.
Yeah, and you can ask.
Gathered.
Yes. You can ask for anything. So
I'm not kidding.
I'm doing this in my mastermind group, and every other week, and we intend for each other, and we support their vision.
Okay.
It's powerful.
So who wants to go first?
I want to hear Mary's doing it for Mary.
Okay. So
I want to know what Mary's is.
Do better with others.
We'll all close our eyes and we'll visualize it. So you tell us what I am and tell us what your thing is, your end game.
I need within 2 weeks, I'll tell you what I do need more than anything, and I'm having a hard time.
Here's the container though. You have to speak it as if it's already happening now.
Okay, I see already 4 clients by the end of this month paying me with a credit card.
How much money?
Yeah, I can just see them paying with the credit for my program.
For how much money total is that?
12.
$12,000.
Yep.
Everyone close your eyes. Awesome.
See there. Everybody's got it. There we go. See,
I'm seeing you like this.
I know. See, that's what I do when I imagine. I can see people going like this.
Yes.
And it's so powerful.
All right, let's do this. Who's next?
Who's next?
I'll go.
Okay, Tammy, you're up.
Did you say I'm so happy and grateful that I now have?
Yep.
I'm so happy and grateful that I now have over $50,000 cash in my hands and in my bank accounts that oh my gosh, I'm just so happy and grateful.
When did you? Okay.
All right.
How many clients? Anything more? You need a specific, like.
That we are now starting to build my retreat center. Okay. I'm so happy and grateful now that I have $50,000 and more cash and into my bank accounts that we are now starting to build my retreat center.
There's the end game. See, that's what you got to imagine, the retreat center. So we'll imagine, and we're all there congratulating you, and we're going to use our imagination going, oh my God, we knew you
Right
could do it.
here on
Like
our
that.
land.
That's right. So that's what we feel right now. We can
Close
see.
your eyes. Here we go.
That's beautiful.
Right here on our land.
Yes. That's, oh my God, I got the chills on that. Woo! Yeah, that's beautiful.
Yeah.
That's
I just heard. What are you talking about? You have $100,000 now, Tammy.
You know what I'm talking about.
I love it.
I
Who's
got the
next?
chills on that. Okay, chills on that.
Who's next? Who's next?
Come on.
Okay, I'll go for it.
Kiri.
I am so happy and grateful. I have my healing room in my house.
Woo.
I have clients continually calling and for balancing and going through the step programs to empower themselves and teaching young and old alike women how to step into their own power and be able to grab it and run with it and join us here. I can see 10, 20 people within the next month joining the program.
Awesome.
Yay!
Can you see them congratulating you, and you know, you got to see through your eyes. They're shaking your hand going, oh my God, you have changed my life. Can you see that? Because that is a great imagination coming to you, and they're congratulating you on changing their lives. There's the end.
Their lives are changing. Their pets are changing.
Yep.
Their pets are healthier
There you
and
go.
they're healthier. And they're sharing it with their friends because they want their friends and their friends' pets to be healthy.
Okay.
All right, let's close our eyes. We're going to visualize this for you. No, it's interesting about images that, you know, come. To me, I see you opening up mailbox and be like, yeah. I mean,
No, it's great.
The phone keeps ringing.
There was a little chime that went like,
Did you hear that? Ding!
That would be them already calling me.
That's right. Message in your inbox. Can you guys hear me? Because I don't know how I'm not being seen.
I see you.
You see
We
me?
hear you.
Yeah.
Oh shoot! I took you guys to the bathroom. You guys didn't see me go to the bathroom, did
Yes, yeah, we did.
Yeah, we did. No, we didn't. We seen your head.
See you.
We saw the shower curtain.
Down though. I was laughing.
I
I'm
saw.
like,
I was like, "Is that a shower curtain?" But I didn't
no,
think
I go,
about it.
"Look at that."
I pushed the button to take myself off. It says take myself off video, and I was trying to go to the bathroom, and so
We didn't hear it though, but we could. See,
oh my gosh!
Listen,
Adina, I'm so proud of you for flushing what you needed to flush.
Thank you.
Releasing and flushing.
Oh,
Okay,
hi, puppy.
So it's weird. I can't see myself on here anymore. So I thought I was gone.
Nope.
Universe works in weird ways.
Yeah.
We know you flushed it.
Yeah.
you're up. We're here for you. This is hysterical.
Okay. So I have in the next 14 days, by October 31st, signed up 4 people into my program at $5,000 each. So that's the $20,000 that I have made for this month. And I see my husband stepping into the process of creating the energy, as Vanessa said, around this whole thing has been because on the other side is this great breakthrough for him to also be that male Adina that is so amazing with clients and helping others too. So let's visualize Sean my Mr. Matt Damon doing his wonderful work, and my $20,000 by October 31st.
Into his own.
Go. Hold on.
And I'm running out of the room. I'm so excited. I got my mojo back. I'm doing my live videos.
Are you doing a happy dance?
I'm doing the happy dance.
Happy dance. Okay.
You have the power, Adina, to guide him through the rest of the stuff.
Right.
He has the helping others down.
Yeah,
Now you can help him with the rest.
Money in your hands.
I could just wow.
Yes.
Good. I love it.
Yes.
I love all this.
I see you two celebrating together.
Yes, you got to find an end. That's a great imaginal event. That's right. Having a nice glass of wine in your limousine. You got to be
Again.
in the limousine going somewhere with the glass of wine. There you go.
It's just a monthly occurrence now, baby. We call up Ramon, and we know my first name basis. Hey, Ramon, we need you again this Friday night.
Hey, listen, this is totally possible. When I
got his number on speed dial.
When I pull up to the montage, Gary takes my car and valets it for free. That happened. That happened with my husband. Oh, Gary will take the car. Why?
Yeah.
Yes, this happens.
Oh.
I like this. I like this speed dial, Ramon. I like this every Friday event where they come and take you in a limo. Yes. I love that you guys are doing this. Again, I hope you guys have a copy of that book, Your Inner Conversations Are Creating a Reality. And you just open it up and remind yourself of how powerful imagination is. Daily. It could be a daily or every couple of days. Read a little bit. Sometimes I just get the idea. I'm like, all right, close my book. Here I go.
Yeah.
Jenny, what about you? What are we visualizing?
I can feel it, but I'm like, I don't know exactly what to say. Okay, so I am so happy and grateful and celebrating that I have 20 people in the program by December, and it's like thriving, and it's this amazing, like people are just doing, and they're meeting each other too, and they're creating their dreams. And the Love Summit is like, it gets me, I want to say it's on the map. Like Oprah is calling me up.
Opens the door.
She knows who I am. And people are like, this is on fire. We need to get this out there. And and at Christmas, I'm buying gifts I never thought I could buy people. Like I'm just in the store. I'm like, oh yeah, let's get this and this and this. And it's
wild.
Yeah.
Happy. What's your happy dance look like?
Oh.
So that's
I'm just like,
all right, so let's close our eyes and visualize.
Let's do it.
You have it. Nice.
Full igniting.
I love it.
Okay, Vanessa.
I'm so hot. As soon as we started doing this, I'm like sweating.
The energy is incredible. I'm telling you, when people gather, this is perfect. Vanessa, what can we do for you?
What's mine? Mine is going to be around my family, that my family is happy. We're all happy. Alex and the kids and I, we're in Hawaii. We're having a good time. And the house, that I bought for us to use and our clients, and but we're having a good time with all of our family and friends in Hawaii.
Yes.
In the backyard.
Okay.
I see you guys making food in the kitchen.
Food, yeah.
Is there a date? Is there a date on this?
Yeah, before the end of the year.
Oh, cool.
Before the end of the year. Yes.
Christmas
I've been
in
getting
Hawaii.
the real estate listings. I signed up for real estate listings in Hawaii.
Christmas in Hawaii.
This is great. Okay, let's close our eyes and let's just imagine this with Vanessa.
Oho, aloha, Santa.
Yeah.
Alex is dressed up like Santa on the water.
On the beach.
Here's a Santa song. No,
Yes. Vanessa, before you even said this, I swear I saw that.
here.
Red and white little Santa thong.
Looks like it.
And Vanessa has her red bikini with this cute little red Santa.
And all he says is ho, ho, ho.
That's good.
Santa baby.
I love it. I think we should make this a ritual. I think we should do this. When we celebrations, we do this.
Do this, totally. Yeah. I'm doing it in my group, like a version of this in my group, like for my group people, like my mastermind, every other week we do this as part of it to help them birth their vision and their dream.
I like it.
Yeah. So like a different process, but same thing. Same.
Yeah.
Yeah. It works too. I've used it over getting together and like seeing it together. Like the energy where everyone's holding it.
The book is called, from Lynn McTaggart. She ran her first book's called The Intention Experiment.
Intention, powerful intention or something. Intention.
And her new book is called The Power of 8.
Why 8? Do you know?
Infinity. 8 is
all I can tell
infinity.
You, is my new house is 8808. That's an address of my house. It's 8808.
Really?
8808.
And only God knew that. I was looking at all these houses and I would look at the numbers real quick and it'd be like, this little gremlin, you're stupid. These numbers aren't ever going to add up to anything. I find this house. It's 8808. I didn't even notice until after I seen the house, fell in love with it, drive away. And I'm like, oh my gosh, it's 8808. That's our house. And there's 3 8s. And I've been saying that my house, my family, and my businesses are new beginnings. And oh my gosh, thought we started this when we had a church. Now we don't have a church. It's still all part of the plan, all new beginnings. I didn't have this business. I didn't have this mentor business. I didn't have like this, all new beginnings. It's amazing.
Also, Tammy has this 8 coming in here. And
yeah,
this is something
the birth of new things
around. Yeah.
And sometimes when you have a new, like I've said this before, sometimes you got to close one door before you open another.
Well, I talked to Caitlin the other day, and she was doing a video on cleaning the house, clearing the house, and I been sensing for a while. I smudge my house all the time, but I watched her video. I'm like, I need to do something more serious. I just knew this. And she said, ask your house if it will contribute to you making money. And I heard a big fat no. Oh, damn. I'm like, shit. So I smudged it, but I did it more. I mean, I opened every cabinet, every door, every window. I went into the attic, pulled the whole went into the garage. I went through, you got to watch the mirrors. So there was an old mirror where my mother, I went and I turned that one. I listened to my intuition said, put those shelves in your bedroom where those mirrors are. Get rid of the mirror my mother had. And I heard put those, I bought like about 40 or 50 books since I was in school, and they've been laying out on the table. Some said, you need to put them away. You just don't got time for all of that right now. You need to put it away. And little things like that. And I felt a huge shift in my house. I asked it again. Would you contribute to making money? And I got a big,
okay to go to a therapist.
What is this?
And I got a big fat yes. I don't know what that was, but this time I got a yes. And I felt something completely shift, and it was coming from my mother's room. So my instincts are very good, but I don't listen to them because it you know what I mean?
You do now.
I do now. I feel
we have 2 ears for a reason, girl. We need to listen even to ourselves.
This is something that Caitlin mentioned, and we're just going to talk about it now because she's left. She's in California. She arrived with her kids, her family, and I encourage her. She's like, I'm still going to be on the call. I'm like, it's a beautiful day. You're on the beach, girl.
Yeah, have a good time.
It's freezing. I would get out there and enjoy the beach and, not screw the call, but, you don't have to be here. You can go and be with your family. But she has these 2 questions, and she talks about this. It's nothing new. She says, is this, if I do this, is this going to bring me more? Is this going to bring me more money? If I take this action, truth, if I take this action, is it going to bring me more money? And the other thing is, if I do this, is it going to bring more to the world? And if she gets a yes or an opening or a lightness or an expansive feeling, then she doesn't think, she just does it. That's it. That's how she asks her intuition whether it's right or not. Everyone hears it and accesses their intuition a little bit differently. For me, it's like, it's a thought or a notion that will come past me. And like, literally, I'm in the shower, shoom, I get this idea and I start talking to somebody about what I'm going to say. Bat, 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 bat. And then I go on my day and then actually have the opportunity, bat, 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 bat. I just thought about that, and here it is coming up. That's like a psychic, a premonition of a telling. Or if it has to be somebody that I will call or something, it'll come. This one thought would just again, I'll be doing something. It'll just kind of be in there, and then I know, okay, I have to connect those two people on Facebook, and I don't know what's going to happen, but here you go, bah, 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 bah. And they all say, well, thank you so much. So following those little, how do you guys sense your intuition, or what's a yes for you guys?
I was thrown a church video for Dina's husband, or church thought, virtual church. So I did a Facebook Live as I was driving in the country, so it was safe to do it. And
I loved it. I showed it to him, by the way. It was just so confirmation, because we just had this conversation 4 days ago.
I know.
I said, honey, your brain, the way your brain works, you always walk in a place and what you would fix and what you would do differently. And if you kind of say what I say, how can I get paid for my opinions? Like, I feel like what I want to do is right. And I'm like, babe, you're just like me. Like, whatever you see, something's broken or how it should work more distinctly. And I said, plus you're an entrepreneur. You are tired of working for other people and having them tell you how to do it or when to do it. And you fall in line and you do a dang good job. But I'm like, there's got to be a way. And we were out in our patio talking, and we talked for like an hour, and he goes, man, we should have more conversations like this more often, because we were just bouncing off each other. And he was getting all excited, and he didn't do anything with it, because we kind of promised him that he could take a full, in 18 years, he hasn't taken any time off unless he has a migraine or he's sick. And I'm kind of wrestling with Vanessa's thought in my mind, like, well, money loves speed, but you should have seen him. He was just on fire, alight with these creative juices and these modules that he would create for people, and work with him for 90 days, be able to go into all these churches, and see like how because he started a church, he started a church from zero and made not him, but $240,000 in a year for the church's income. So I'm like, babe, you can do this. You can help people, create a church and figure out, like, how do you help people reach the community? How do you
start a Christian Facebook group and start ads to Christians? You know how easy that is to target on Facebook?
And here's your further confirmation, which I think you got, Adina. After I Facebooked you, I went into the store, ordered the paint, wanted a shade lighter, and the kid at the paint store, well, I think he was a kid, I don't know, he said, oh, I like that, Church Street. He says, I'm a pastor at the Victory Lutheran. Okay, who got chills?
Oh, yeah. Now it makes sense.
Oh, my God.
You're like, I'm painting my house church. I was like, I don't get it, but okay, but now I just got it.
That's right. Church Street, he said, your house will be blessed.
Wow, that's
I'm
awesome.
like, okay. So there's more confirmation for you.
And that's how life becomes magical, when we follow that intuition and we act on it. And a big part of following the intuition is, first of all, becoming sensitized to our feelings and to those little notions, the little, or the synchronicity or the nudge. That is, to me, why women are wild creatures. We are wild creatures. You say, oh my God, I got, Mary says, I got tingles. We are wild creatures. Okay? Very intuitive creatures.
By the way, can I just say that I have thoroughly enjoyed Mary. Mary, you have been jipping us for weeks because you've been listening to the gremlins.
I know.
Hiding you in the background. I'm like, I want more. I want to listen. I want to hear Mary more. Like, I seriously would sign up with you. When you started talking about, the 4 events that happened, I'm like, you are so in your wheelhouse. You are so on fire. You are so, and when you first started talking and you were like effing this and effing that, I was like, I was feeling it. Like you are one badass bitch, girl. You are just like, you know, you are seriously on fire. And I feel like I got to know you for the first time today. So please don't ever shrink back.
I'm an old Harley chick. You got to remember that. I used to have my own Harley. I have tattoos and everything to go with it. Believe me, I used to ride a Harley. I had my own and rode on the back for many, many years. So
You're amazing. You're amazing. I'm seriously in awe of you. So like I said, like Vanessa tells us, you know, we're gypping people. Like, I mean it in love, like for 4, 5, 6 weeks, however long I've been in this program. I didn't really get to know you until today. And I'm like, wow, I'm like salivating. I want more of Mary because you're amazing.
I do believe Dina's got her mojo back.
I do. I got my tribe, and I'm so looking forward to Soul Sisters. I wish you guys were all coming.
You guys are so good for you. I'm so happy for you guys.
We're gonna have a lot of fun. Listen,
And Mary, I have a message for you.
yeah.
This came to me when you guys were talking. You said you can do quantum touch. You can send energy through your hands. I would like to know why you're not. That's a gift. Give it to the animals. As you give it to the animals, you give it to yourselves. You'll heal others. You'll heal you. You can do this. Don't be scared of it. It's a gift. And I understand quantum touch. And you've got it, girl. So why aren't you using it?
A hole in my hand.
And,
These are visions.
and getting paid for it.
I know.
That's right.
I'm going to do remote healing. That's why something said, you know, but I go, well, that's crazy. You know, I hear
Listen,
crazy.
That's not crazy.
You tune into that animal and you heal them.
I know.
Yeah.
I
can make it part of your
I can
program.
tune into an animal and
doing
I will hurt where they hurt, and that's where I know where to heal them. It's the empath in you.
Yeah.
So Mary, get out from under the rock. The mirror has been put away.
Yes.
Vanessa's going to kick me in the ass, but that's okay.
No, I didn't
And do it.
mouse. I'm like,
We're all like fired up.
I know. We're all fired up. Good.
And
girl.
own it, girl. I mean, maybe you're, you know, something worth the word imagination or whatever. But I mean, I just think, you know, how you talk, like, okay, so Vanessa has her real hardcore talk, and that's what attracts me
Scare
to
the shit
her,
out of us. Yeah. Mhm.
right? And she owns it. But Mary, like, I think you probably already do, but I would totally own your badassery. Like, just, you know, badass imagination or badass something, but that's totally you.
Hey, she's a Harley chick. What's her problem here?
I got Harley tattoos on me, you know. Harley.
Yeah.
Tattoos. Oh yeah, are you kidding? And
Let's see them.
I love them. Oh my God.
The next pet she's going to work with will probably be called Harley.
I know. I've had a few Harleys.
badass thing. I like this badass vibe, you know, like own your badass vibe, or jumpstart your badass vibe, or kickstart this vibe, or something about,
And just because you're a badass Harley chick, I bet you're a softie when it comes to animals. And I bet you have a lot of people in the Harley world that little puppy turns them to butter, and you can help them.
Yeah. I'm going to. Thank you, Sherry. That was great information. Thanks, Adina.
You're welcome. I love you. I love seeing you here. Look how you started in the conversation, and look how you are now.
I know.
You wanted 2 minutes. We want you to talk for 2 hours because you're just awesome.
Vanessa, I think your group's called Releasing the Dragon.
There's a good one. I like that.
Yeah, well, I mean, this is what you guys are doing, right? You guys are owning it.
And quantum energy really is part of your program, yeah.
So these are different offers, Mary, that you can make to, you know, you can do this. Don't think this whole, well, this is crazy. I mean, if anyone told me, oh my gosh, I'm going to go out there and start empowering people, empowering women, and, you know, well, this is crazy. I could have listened. You know what? That voice made me shrink back and not share my story for 5 years.
Yeah. I used to lay hands on people in church. and they used to feel the heat coming out of my hands. And then I got out of that church and got away from those people because they got very legalistic, and I didn't want no part of it. But I used to I used to see perfectly round holes in my hands, and people used to feel the heat coming out of it. But I'm like, okay, that's a little bit too crazy for me.
No, it's not, Mary.
That's where your gift lies. That's where your abundance lies.
Gift. It's your gift. You touch the animals. You don't know how you touch them. You put your hand on them. You heal them unknowingly.
And people.
And people, yes.
Well,
we're just big pets.
Yeah.
And that's that where it's going to feel scary, but you do it. There's going to be a little bit, oh, this is crazy or scary, but you just got to.
The thing with healing a pet, like if you go and you heal a horse, okay, a horse will not judge you. A horse will yawn or lick its lips when it feels better, or they'll go to sleep and relax. Where a person, they forget that they had that owie once it's released, but an animal, you see visual confirmation. So don't waste your gift, girl.
I've been trying to use my imagination when I go into these people's homes. I build a really good relationship with them. So I've been trying to imagine things differently for a lot of them, because I know what their situations are, because I was doing some health histories with them months ago, and they always go with me, whatever I'm doing, they always do with me. So when I go into their homes now, I imagine whatever their situation is. Like a guy is really lonely, I imagine him meeting somebody and stuff like that, and see if I could, add something in that situation when I'm in there, because I'm in their home. So it's something that
heal their homes with your hands.
Yeah, I never thought of that.
Just like you told us you were doing. It's possible. You can release the energy, a negative energy from a house. You can find what it is and you can release it. You can do it with your hands.
Your business is helping people solve problems. That's what it is at the end of the day.
You're the badass Harley healer.
I like it.
I don't know any Harley driver that's slow. Excuse me. Are you
I never
driving a Yamaha?
I drive my car like I think I'm driving like something with 8 cylinders in it, man. I love to drive fast. I'm always in trouble.
I love this. I think it's wonderful.
Guess what was in front of me as I came home today? A guy on a Harley, and his jacket said Harley Davidson right on the back.
Yeah. I still have my first coat that I had the Harley Davidson insignia on back in, it was in the late 70s, so early. I still have that jacket. I never threw it away, man. Nope.
Do you ladies notice that Mary is no longer dark?
Yeah.
Her light is starting to glow.
Oh, yeah.
Can you see that? I can see that.
You're not me.
Oh, you are, girl.
Yeah.
Mary.
Just own every your personality, own the way that you talk, own your straightforwardness, own your giftings, your healing, your power. For me in my life, and I know a lot of us would agree, the weirder something seems or the stranger it seems, the more it's almost like for me like a test to go and do it.
I think so, yeah.
It's like it didn't make sense for my husband to lose his job, but hey, let's go spend $300 on a limo. That was the best day of our lives. Like seriously, hands down. It was amazing.
Well, your whole I could feel your aura is completely changed, Adina.
Yeah. Well, you guys when I first talked to you, I wanted to share, I did get kind of a clue where I was focusing on me, like what I'm not feeling or what I am feeling. And really it was kind of one of those, it's not about you, Adina. I've been so like ho-hum in what I'm going through the last 2 weeks. It's keeping me away from Facebook. But something one of you guys said was more like, get out of my own self and get myself on video, because when you guys are talking about what's your why, I'm doing the opposite of what my why is by not sharing. It's like maybe Vanessa says, you're gypping someone. So for 2 weeks, I've been so focusing on myself and what I'm going through, or the shock of it all, the disbelief of this whole thing, where I'm not realizing that there's others out there that really need
Your video
to hear me. They tell me how much I like the videos, and I haven't been leaning into that. So that was kind of one of those, like, you know, you just change your perspective. It's not about you. It's really still about those other people.
They need to hear you.
Well, that's one of the things, ladies, that I learned a long time ago, that when you're in that, the quickest way to get out of it is to help somebody else. So we're helping somebody else by posting those videos or whatever that is. We're doing our service, which helps to break those chains that are keeping us stuck.
Yeah.
It's kind of like when I did the video Facebook Live about the fire. 1,500 people viewed it. I don't get those numbers, but there was a fire not far from us in the prairies. And I thought, if I can save somebody's life, an animal's life, anything, it's worth it. I had people come up to me the next week and say, we were driving home, we were nowhere near this, but we seen your Facebook Live, because I knew lives get better than just a post, right? Yep. And people shared it, people thanked me. So they got home, these people, and her husband jumped in the truck and went and fought this fire. Nobody died. Animals did, but no people did. Mm-hmm. Just because we got out of our own space, and it wasn't about me. It was about making sure my neighbors and friends didn't lose their homes to fire. Mm-hmm. You know, we got to take it beyond us.
Yeah. Well, that's right. You have to take it beyond you. And when you have, you know, when you guys, you all have this seed within you. Each and every one of you guys have this seed within you of, you know, empowering, inspirational leader, women's empowerment, you know, coach, this healer, each and every one of you, or you wouldn't be here. You'd be doing something else. So, you know, the honoring of that and the allowing of that and the answering of that and the birthing of that and the expression of that and the expansion of that. Just keep leaning in. You know, maybe it's a Facebook Live video, like Sherry said. Maybe it's to share an idea, do the summit, get on TV, the 888, you know. It's being, it's being that vessel. It's you know, God's source spirit is, yes, it's this, you know, it's everywhere, but it also comes through us. It wants to experience itself, and it has to have a willing partner. We have to be willing. And it's either, you know, we're going to be willing and walk in this amazing destiny as we allow it to come through, as we take action on it, or we're going to let the gremlin, the fear, you know, hold us by our neck, you know. We always have that choice. And every time you step in and you lean in, boom, the expansion happens. Things show up. Tammy got $16,000 in the bank account. No, fuck, that's what you do.
Well, easily and effortly, shoot.
And it
just came right to you.
I love it. Government, all like people.
Grace, darling.
So, you know, life will come and shower you and gift you and give to you and give you cookies. This has been my experience for the last, 8 years since I started really trusting and living this, and left my job. This has been, life became magical. When we trust, it requires trust.
I want to share a vision that I had 2 days ago in I call it my hour of power in the morning. And I was standing at the edge of the ocean, and I was just there with the limo. The limo driver had taken us there. But in my vision 2 days ago, I was just overwhelmed by the word tidal wave kept hitting me, the tidal wave of abundance. And in that tidal wave was like these dollar signs were splishing and splashing off the water, and like joy and beams. And I call it joy chills, because until I joined this program, I've never really experienced this feeling of so much joy. But just allowing that tidal wave to just literally hit me, but it doesn't drown me. It consumes me, and leaning into that tidal wave. I don't know if that means anything to you guys, but I just wanted to share that was really really powerful for me.
Washing of the water washing like that is like a cleansing of, it's some kind of cleansing and healing for sure with the, especially a tidal wave.
Flowing.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
Flowing.
In my book, they said it'll be a tidal wave of love.
Yeah.
I was they use that word too, like a tidal wave of love.
Yeah.
I love that visual. I love it. Guys, I'm feeling like it's time for me to jump off the call right now for whatever reason. I feel like I'm complete. I don't know if you guys want to continue on. I'm happy to continue having the space for you guys.
Thanks for creating it.
I love you.
I want to say how fun everybody it's the next weekend, right?
This weekend,
Yes.
Friday,
Yeah,
Saturday.
Soul Sister Mastermind. I'm so stoked. Adina's going to be there. Caitlin's going to be there. Tammy's been there a few times. Tammy's been at 2 or 3 of those that we've
Who
had.
else is coming besides me, Caitlin, and Tina Buchanan?
Yeah, and Nick is another woman from Montreal who's also going to come down. She's here with her family for the week. Yep.
This couldn't have come at more better time. I've been telling my family about it. I'm like, this is the perfect time. I am ready to get the hell out of Dodge. I need to be around my tribe and people that just I'm free to be me.
Good fun. Yes. Absolutely. It's going to be a good time. And, I invite you guys to, look at their vibration now, man. What amazing rise. Everyone's got a good chuckle, a good laugh. Everyone's got rosy cheeks here, This is the magic that happens when women.
I think I look younger.
You do. You look Jean Houston younger.
We're having a joy jam, Tammy. It's a joy jam.
Juicy and delicious.
And Jenny got a message this morning through what she does about joy.
I know. It was about this vibration. Like when I was channeling the message this morning it was all about the vibration of joy and keep breathing and expanding it and breathing and expanding and how important this vibration is.
Yeah, it is.
I love this. I love that you guys are all empowering
It's
each
like
other.
all connecting.
Yes.
Vanessa, I do have a quick question because since working with you since July 18th, this has come up a couple times, couple hits on what's wrong with me. So what is an affirmation or something to reverse that little cycle I go to, what's wrong with me?
So I used to have that also. And that was also
have it too.
my relationship. What's wrong with me? How come I don't have it? Why not yet?
I do too.
I have that one too, yeah.
And what I did with, what's wrong with me is, the total opposite is. So it would be like, I am an inspirational force. People only prosper around me. That was one of them. I'm an inspirational force. People
I'm an
only
inspirational
prosper around
force.
me.
People only prosper.
I am that was one of them. With my relationship, it was, I am, and at that point I didn't have one. It was,
And look at you now.
yeah, right? It was, I am irresistible to my divine mate.
Yeah, me too.
Yes. Well, that one brought it in. Can you see what happened between, what's wrong with me? What's wrong with me too? I am, an inspirational force. People only prosper. People throw money at me. That was another one that I used.
Yeah.
Shower you with money.
Yeah. People throw money at me. And I would see people wrap money around an elastic, okay, and throw it, and they would, I get hit. I kind of chuckle. It's funny. Like, it would make me actually chuckle in my meditations. I thought, that's really getting me emotionally, fired up for this. So that was one that I used, and look what's happened. Right?
Okay, I have to speak. So that was one gremlin. I feel like you can't get off the call with asking one more thing. And this is the second thing since working with you from July 17th that I did this again. I did 25. I signed up 6 people, so $30,000. I don't know how to get rid of this. It's a fluke that really can't happen again.
Oh, I had that one too.
So again, and I had a conversation with a woman this morning. Okay, and this is what's going to happen if you take the gas off of your momentum, you take the pedal off the gas pedal, and you stop doing your affirmations or whatever happens.
Facebook videos.
Okay, yeah, you get yourself. You just life's going good. It's I don't have to really lean in and keep that momentum going. Is some of these the old beliefs and ideas. I mean, think about it. That might have been going on in your brain for 20 years. 15, 10, 20 years.
Inconsistency. Waiting for the shoe to drop, or good things don't last.
So you think of your beliefs as actual neural pathways in your mind, and something that gets fired off 50,000 million times becomes a very strong neural pathway. I mean, that's where now we're talking about the real semantics of your mind and how it works. So to break that, to make a new neural pathway, it's going to take some consistent thought. And so what I like to do, and again, the ego, what the first thing it's going to have you do is try and pull you away from what happened.
Resistance.
Which is crazy. So always go back and borrow whatever you're trying to, even, I tell people this, even if you're going to do something that's new in the world, okay, you're going to go out there and do something brand new, borrow the belief from some other place in your life. Well, you know what? When I was 20 or when I was 10 or when I was 15 or 12 or 35 or 50, you know what? I wanted to do something that was really scary and I did it.
Yeah.
Huh. You know what? I can do it again now. If I did it once before, and so you just borrow the belief. But in your case, it's actually more stronger than that because you can really borrow, you know, the result. Hey, if I did it once, I can do it again. And just remind yourself of that. And go back and
double it.
Yeah, and read your testimonials. Okay, don't forget.
Doubling it.
No, that's wrong. She's
That
going
was
to make it times 8.
That's
Ooh.
good homework that Annie said. And I was thinking of take a testimonial, make it your affirmation.
Yeah.
I think she posted as a step. Like take
That's a
something
great.
somebody said about you and then make it.
Yeah. And you know, the other piece of this, and you know, I'm actually going to be doing this myself here. This is a wonderful, you know, this is a wonderful event that you bring up because even me, myself, and my vibration has been so rattled by these 3 retarded women. No, I mean, really rattled. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're posting videos and they're going crazy right now saying that I'm a scam artist and that I'm scamming and preying on people. And I'm like, wow, like how did you let some woman who is living in fear instill this craziness in your mind? Why would you listen to this woman who, again, hasn't even, well, she has a book was coming out in January. There's not even a book published, and you have a mentor that you spent all this time with, and you're so happy, and we've got the video proof of that, and all of a sudden, just completely side swing doodle yourself, and now you're blasting about how you're sick and tired of you're being scammed, and I'm like, do you think that you're attracting? What do you think you're attracting by doing that? So it's got me rattled. And part of me is like, why did they have such a bad experience? And to me, you know, you either are a victim mentality or you are not. You are a cause in your life. And that is a line in the sand, my friends. That is it. You know, that's the line in the sand. So what I'm taking away from this is a new affirmation about a new standard. And a new, you know, and I had a conversation with a woman this morning and I said, you know what, I don't want you to join my year-long program if you're just going to sit there and not do what I tell you to do. If you're not willing to be coachable, I don't want your money. I'm not in, and that's the damn truth. I'm not interested in it. It's not fun for me. I want my clients to get outrageous results. And I mean, we have to update our website because of all the testimonials. That's the truth. We have to get a whole new website because it's slowing down our website, all these videos. I mean, this is not like a fluke, guys. It just totally rattles me. But you know what? There are going to be some people out there that no matter what the fucking popcorn bag you stick it in, you put 2 minutes and 30 seconds, there are going to be some fucking kernels that never pop. Like, that's it.
Oh, I love that one.
I know.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's true.
Yeah.
Some never fucking pop. What do you want me to do? You want to go call the fucking popcorn company and say, motherfucking popcorn, I spent $9.99 on a fucking popcorn bag, and these fucking 3 kernels did not pop, motherfucker.
Dude, that's awesome.
You know, because that's what it is.
Yeah.
That's your next video or your next email.
I'm actually going to
Pop all the popcorn.
I'm actually going to do a live stream right now in our graduation group.
Do they can't pop all the popcorn?
Some effing kernels never pop.
That's a good one. I do one on that. That's a good one.
I'm going to do it right now, guys. I love you. I got to go. I got to do this.
Okay. Bye.
It's good.
Get back.
You guys can keep going if you want. I'm just going to go out and just handle this because I'm getting messages about it. I want to do something about it. I love
I'm thinking about it. Good for you. Bye.
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 it.
Oh, she left it on for us.
You left that first.
Yeah. Well, I had a guy, so I asked these questions in my group, and I had this guy request to join my group, and I checked out his profile, and he's like got all these messages that he says with his name, so, and he's got a lot of followers and whatever. But he answered my question, and he said something about, you shouldn't ask these stupid questions. People won't join your group. So I like went, no, thank you.
Bye.
Not the energy, because I'm like, people join my group and answer the questions all the time.
But mine's a woman's group, and a guy asked to come into the. I said, "Are you freaking Joshua? Click decline. Are you?" It's a woman's group.
You know what, ladies? I could use your help. Now that you said the questions, that's one of the things I don't have yet.
Oh,
Yeah.
you're right.
I don't know what questions to ask.
I have just 3.
I have 3 too. I get lots of.
It only lets you ask 3, I think.
Oh, is it only 3?
Yep.
Mine. Do you want to know what mine are? If I can tell you what mine are, if it helps.
Sure.
I just say what draws you to this group, and then oh shoot, oh, what struggles are you running into on living your divine purpose? Like, what's your struggle? And then on a scale of 1 to 10, how committed are you to really stepping in and living your divine purpose in the next 3 months?
I don't have that one.
One person said there is no scale. I was like, that's cool. Okay, that's true. And then other people will say, ooh, a 6, but I think with support. And then other people are like, an 11. But you kind of get an idea of.
Mine's kind of the same way. Mine says something like, what three things would you like to improve?
Right.
In your life in the next 90 days?
Yeah.
That's a good question.
Do you think questions are better, or maybe like a poll thing? Or can we do that in there? I have no idea.
I think it's just questions.
Okay.
It's kind of like a poll, because you gather, like Caitlin was saying, you start to get information what you might talk about, because you see a trend like, oh, everybody's having trouble with this.
It's really good. I like it.
Yeah.
Mine come because I just got. I take what it comes in on my phone, and I do the capture and I print it out. So now I have like a notebook full. It's like this thick of all of them. I'm very organized like that.
You're extremely organized. I'm like, girl, that's way too much work.
I know. I can't see them on my phone.
Yeah, well, I have the
Like,
LG phone.
I have a new, like when I go, the only time I can see the answers to their question are when I'm on my laptop. Otherwise, I can see they've requested to join, but I always have to wait and go to my laptop to actually see, which I don't know why, but I can't
I can
see
see
it.
them on both, but I can do a better capture on my phone. And then I print right from my phone. So then I just go boom, and I print it right off the phone, and then I approve them, and they go in my book, and voila. I'm ready for them when they do the breakthrough.
Yeah. I've started trusting my instinct about people when they join too, or I just open and I say, oh, I can work with you. I see myself working. Like I try and like invite the relationship when I say, yes, you can join, or yes, you can join. I try and imagine like them in front of me in a call.
And that's what I've been doing the last couple of days is using my imagination and with the group and just imagining them all heal. But when I'm going through and doing the private message to them, I'm trying to do the same thing.
Yeah.
Because a lot of the times I'm like aggravated. I got to do all this work. So I know you're adding that energy to it. So you got to be really careful when you're, what kind of frame of mind you're in when you're, private messaging them or because I'm freaking aggravated. I go, well, that's giving off good vibes because everything that you think and the way you feel, it goes out. And it really affects people, whether you realize it or not. So it affects your group, as well. So that'd be very, very. Why are you? She's laughing.
I find too that I like the private message where I say, "Here, go watch this video or this webinar that I did," and I find some people just accept the message, but others will be like, oh, thanks, I can't wait to listen. And so already I find they definitely get to know those who might actually want to be clients, who kind of engage me already in private message about, oh, thanks for sending me that. And I can already feel though, you know, it's like 1 in 10 have a little extra.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd love to have a video that's just a little blip, you know, maybe a 4 or 5 minute conversation that tells them all about the break, you know, what your call is and stuff like that too. So that might be you know, a message, and then your free breakthrough call or whatever you guys do.
Jenny, you're doing a mastermind with your people?
Yeah. Yeah.
Is it like a 60-day, 90-day?
12-week. I wanted to, it was easier for me, just my mind to wrap around weeks versus 90 days.
Okay. Yeah.
So I just, and instead of 3 months, so I just said 12 week just because that, and I don't know, the number 12, like the threes seem to be coming to me, 12, 21, 18.
Well, who was just talking? I'm going to jump off that because it was either Tammy or Sherry was talking about the number 12.
One of you guys was.
Well, the number 8 to infinity.
You said 8.
No, but one of you said normally you're odd and you're like something 12.
Tammy.
Oh, Tammy usually is, yeah.
Oh, 21. I kept thinking the number, it was 12. And then when Mary was saying she wanted $12,000, I was wondering if there was a connection. For some reason, when Tammy said it, I heard it. I saw 12. I dyslexied it in my brain.
Well, you know, in the religious biblical thing, you know, it means Father, Son, Holy Spirit. So 3 is the 3 parts of ourselves. So there's something very significant about the
Power of 3.
Yeah.
Yeah. Power of 8, Power of 3. You've got to get that book, Tammy. The new one called Power of 8 or whatever. I'm like, what?
I know.
You should definitely lean into that. I would lean in.
No.
So I just changed something on I took Caitlin's idea of having a page that when I say, hey, after my webinar or my circle, you want to, interested in the program, just go visit this my web page, and it tells you about the program, and then you click a button and you have the application pop up, like where they actually apply as opposed to just booking a call. And I thought, I'm designing that right now. Right now it just says book a call and apply, but it was different. Like it actually, instead of just sending my scheduling link, it takes them to the page that talks about the program. And then I intuitively, my friend was wearing a necklace that said Wanderlust, and I kept looking at it at lunch. And then I went to look for boots, and it was like the Wanderlust boot. And I'm like, there's that name again. And then I get home, and on Facebook, I see this Wanderlust retreat. My Wanderlust entrepreneurs learn how to do a destination retreat. And we had just been talking at lunch about doing our first destination retreat. So I signed up for their webinar. But what they did was you sign up for the webinar, they sent me a worksheet. And I didn't even attend the webinar, but then I had their worksheet. And then the worksheet sent me to their website where it outlined their program. And I was like, oh. And then it even, if you kept liking what you were reading, but it said, oh, you could book your call now. Or you could keep going. Oh, you could book your call now. Or you could keep going. And I went all the way to the end, and they gave their pricing. And now I'm thinking I might actually put my pricing on the webpage far enough down if people went that far, because I've had people tell me, why don't you have it anywhere if they've really explored and they've been listening to me a lot.
Vanessa says not to do that.
I know.
I agree with Vanessa too.
Yeah,
So
don't deviate from the recipe. She's obviously doing something right. Don't deviate from the recipe.
Right. You want to give it to them when they're on, the
phone with you. She just finished saying 2 hours ago on the same call. That to spend a certain amount over $500, you need to walk them through that conversation.
Don't question the recipe, and that's the biggest.
Yeah.
It's hard not to, but she's already got the success. So
I've had people not come onto calls because it's like
then they're not for you. They need to follow you and submit to you in the process the whole time, or they're not your client.
Yeah.
Although
there's something weird about it for me, so I have to get authentic on. And if they already know me, they've already been to my webinar, they've already read through my webpage, they've already if they wanted to kind of get an idea of price beforehand. I don't know. But
put a link that they can message you if they want to know more about the pricing.
Oh, okay.
And then I don't know.
Right.
Then they have to go the next step. Yes, I'm interested. Send me the pricing.
Right.
And you can talk to them about the pricing.
That's what I would do. Get on the
book a
phone.
call. You're going to be booking a call.
right.
I only talk about
Yeah.
price over the phone.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
very,
Yeah.
very simple.
It's interesting.
I have
'cause
a
I've
vision for
signed up
Mary.
for a couple programs where
Woohoo.
you have to get through enough. It's not like the price is right up front, but it's like you go through enough and then the price. And for me, it was like, oh, cool. Okay, that's affordable. I like that. Like, because I've already heard enough, and then I want the call. Yeah, I was going to ask Vanessa, but she went off. But okay.
Well, speaking of pricing, would it be okay to ask, and we're, everybody's different. What are you guys like charging for your 12-week program?
Well, that's the thing. Mine's not as expensive. So
No.
mine's around the 2,100 mark.
And what does someone get? Do they get you once a week for 12 weeks, or do they get you 3 weeks on, 1 week off? Like,
For me now is my mastermind. They get 3 sessions with me over the 12 weeks, and they get 9 group calls, and they get 6 intention setting calls, and the
wow,
Facebook
that's a
group.
lot
And
for 2,100. They get a lot.
they get a lot. Yeah.
That's a lot.
But I don't know.
Everybody's got, I think everybody has to have their own,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Well, not
'Cause-
comfort zone, but that we're okay with, and then we can increase it.
And maybe in the industry you're in too. I don't know. Like, I'm in a very spiritual where people are healing all their money stuff for sure. I looked at pricing. I looked at comparable programs of teachers, spiritual teachers, and it's more around that price point. At least the ones that I'm comparing myself to. So that kind of
Compare
felt.
yourself to Vanessa. That's where you got to start.
That's right.
You got to compare yourself to
Well,
Vanessa.
Caitlin helped me with that because she charges like for 6 months $1,500 or $1,800. Like, it's a lot lower than what the whatever, but it's been really working for her because that's her. Like, people are signing up like crazy,
Her price
right?
point. Yeah.
Because
Her
of
price
her
point.
clientele. Where Adina, you had great success with your price because that's your target, right? I wonder if the target audience, right? You have to also price it for your target audience.
Yeah,
maybe?
I still vacillate. I mean, I'm going to be honest. Like, I struggle with a lot every day, probably once a day. I keep thinking, the next people that sign up, I'll lower it to 3,000.
Huh.
From 5,000. But the other part's me like, no, I'm talking to these ladies. I'm literally giving them everything that I have invested in. I've probably invested about $80,000 worth of coaching in 7 years to make over $700,000 in 6 years. So, and they're getting that from me for $5,000. So I'm literally giving them the research. Go to this website, buy this for this, do this. I'm giving them, a whole blueprint of everything. And I'm kind of like, how am I going to get them to sign up for a year program with me? Because I'm already kind of thinking that as people only have 3 more weeks left with me.
Yeah.
How to get them into like a monthly or year-long program when I feel like I've already given them the whole cow and the milk. So that's where I vacillate. Sometimes I'm like, oh, I should do like Caitlin, I should do cheaper. Because I've had, 4 people tell me, oh, no, I can't afford it. But I've had 6 people tell me they can.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then I realize what I'm really giving them is a lot of value. Like, I'm literally teaching them how to make 6 figures as an esthetician.
Yeah. And you've gotten 6 people give it to you.
So you've just proved your worth.
Yeah.
I wonder if your grad program would be around, because what I'm finding is, just like for us, you need the continued support. So even if you give them all of the like, boom, here it is, they're going to still need the mindset support month. You're like, the gremlins start to come in, right? Even your own journey the last 2 weeks, you could say everyone's going to want some kind of monthly support for a longer period. Maybe not the information, but support on the mindset and the support on what happens when you try it and it doesn't quite go, or you start to place expectations, or you feel down one month, or.
Yeah, I've been thinking about, every day I've been thinking about doing maybe like $250 a week. So basically $1,000, $800 to $1,000 a month, and do a 6-month pay in advance, or do a 12-month. But they're retaining me for 6 months, or they're retaining me for a year. And it breaks down to, they don't get payments, but it breaks down to $800 to $1,000, basically $200 to $250 a week.
Yeah.
To jump on a mastermind call with me 1 hour a week to keep them accountable.
I give my people monthly payment option too. Like Vanessa, I'm on the monthly for this, or like I have some grad people and I did that. Like I'm on retainer and they get a 90-minute personal session with me, and it's they sign up for 6 months and their payment comes out automatically each month.
Mm-hmm.
But I let them pay monthly.
That's good. Yeah, I might do that too.
Sorry, Mary, I cut you off.
All right, I just have to say something, because this is, and I've been wanting to say it for the last 4 weeks, because I have about 2 more weeks left in this group.
Is that it?
Well, I've run completely out of fucking money.
Mm-hmm.
I have spent every bit of my credit card and every bit of my money, and I'm flushed out. I already told her that. If I don't get a client by the end of this month, I'm out of this group, and I'm not sure what I'm going to do. So I have been frazzled for 4 weeks going, I did 10 breakthrough calls, and, I'm coming from a whole different thing, from the pet sitting business into this. I haven't been much coaching, but I look over my vast amount of experience and my education, but it's not coming out in my phone calls. So I make it to the end. The last one I did, I had her listen to it and gave her the price, and I thought it was going to go to a sale, and it didn't. And and I drew mine for $3,000. I was doing it for $3,000, and I'm questioning myself. And that's why I'm like, I don't know what the hell to do. All I know is if I don't get something soon, I'm in a lot of trouble next month. I mean, it's not like I'm married or I have any family, because all my fucking family's dead. There's nothing left. So that's why I'm trying to wrap my mind around this. I'm by myself out here. I'm all alone trying to run my pet business. That's my bread and butter, and trying to get this thing going. And I keep on going at it. I'm redoing my program again. I have another breakthrough call on Thursday.
Well, hold the vision. She's saying yes.
Hold your vision like you know how, Mary.
Yes.
You're
You know what
supposed
I'm
to heal
talking about?
yourself.
But I'm so full of fear, because I have been for the last 5 or 6 years. When I got divorced in 2009 and I've been on my own, man, it has been a bit, real hard to stay in this house by myself. I mean, big time. And
Mary, have you processed your fear?
Yeah.
I've been trying, I sit with it and I go, have you always made it to the end of the month? But see, I don't want to live just to the end of the month anymore. I think I need to start living outside of that. And that's what I'm pushing, living past just making it to the end of the month, which you wouldn't believe what I've had to do to make it to. My bills are always paid, but what I've had to do and the stress on my body, oh my God, I had a heart attack in 2012 and freaking died twice.
You've been brought back for a reason, Mary. Mary?
Well, I just want to put that out there, because
This is my words to my vision of you.
Mary, I really want, right now, I want to celebrate you, because when we acknowledge that we have the fear, that we are like downright gut level fucking scared, that's huge.
Yeah.
I was going through that this weekend, because I haven't had a client either, like I shared a couple of weeks ago.
Not a one.
And I don't know what, that's why I'm following what I'm being told with this 8-day joy jam. I have no idea. I quit my job on July 7th, knowing I'm supposed to be doing this. I understand. I truly understand. And I want to really acknowledge you right now for expressing how frightened you are. I really, because
I don't have any family around it. My sister just moved to Hawaii, not that we were ever close. My younger brother just died of cancer, so he was right up the road. And my older brother died last year. He was my favorite brother. So and my mom just died. So I mean, I've had a lot of deaths
But now it's time for birth.
That's what I keep on. I actually getting like cramps, and I never had a child, but I was been feeling like cramps, and I'm way past that. I'm like, geez, it feels like I'm birthing something.
Yeah.
You're birthing a new idea.
Right. So
Mary, this is my vision of you. I see Knight Rider on a Harley. And with Knight Rider on a Harley, your healing hands are healing who you touch.
Yeah.
Envision that.
Do you do it on yourself, Mary? Like
No,
start with yourself. Because your thing is
Now.
about self-love, right?
Yes,
your thing is about self-love. So
Heal
I think that
thyself.
like Tammy, I think like feel all the fear and the sadness and the grief and like put healing hands on yourself there. Because sometimes you gotta like feel it.
We can't heal anybody else if we don't heal ourselves.
Mm-hmm. Believe me, I've been crying for like 2 months straight. I've been doing lots of stuff been coming up.
Yeah.
Amounts of
put that energy to help.
And when you need your mojo, Mary, get on your bike and be a Knight Rider.
I have to go.
Okay.
Bye.
Me too. Bye, guys.
Love you all.
Love you all. Bye.
Bye.
Bye, Knight Rider.
Bye.
Hey, Mary.
Just me and you, huh? Everybody went.
You are there. Okay. How about you and I, let's schedule a time to where you and I get on a call with each other.
That would be a great idea. I think it's powerful. Like I said, I've been getting it wherever 2 or more are gathered. And I know that's biblical, and I'm spiritual, not biblical, but I've been getting it very loud and clear when they do some incredible things.
I've been feeling that this whole call, that I even wrote it down, reach out to Mary. So I'll get off of here, send you a message through Facebook.
Okay.
And then that way we can.
And then I can give you my number too, and we can do something.
And then we can figure out a time to talk and put it on our calendars. Okay.
That'd be great, Tammy. That sounds like a plan.
Okay. I'll go do that right now.
Bye. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.